Welcome back to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, and my other host right here next to me.
What's up? It's Dee. Good to see you again. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. If you're listening on audio, we have a YouTube. If you're on YouTube, we have this pod on all audio platforms. Listen to us while you're driving, doing whatever. Feel free to leave some comments, rate 5 stars, all that good stuff.
I just want to wrap up today with a little bit of basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Please don't.
Okay, I'm done. Copyright. It's just because copyright.
Did you see Bob Myer step down actually as GM of the Warriors? And now there's like all kinds of stuff.
Get
all kinds
Klay
of rumors.
the fuck out of there, baby. Fuck. Yeah.
So now they're saying, okay, Lakeup is maybe going to put his son there. Or it's going to be Dunleavy Jr. They're saying maybe Steve Kerr would be the GM and we get a new coach. There's rumors that Steve Kerr could go to San Antonio and replace Popovich.
Do you think Pop is really going to give up coaching
in
Wembanyama?
like a year?
Okay, I was going to say, there's no way in hell. He's like primed for this. He's ready to go. It's
how
pretty
do you
crazy.
feel about Bob Myers?
Awesome run. I think he has to go up in the Ring of Honor. I think it's going to be tough. Like, who is going to have that same give? And I think it's going to be kind of good because it's going to be a new regime now. And now you can make some moves that maybe Bob Myers wasn't going to do. Like, I know before that they were thinking about trading Kuminga, Moody, and looking at Poole. I'd be fine with giving away Poole, but realistically, you need Klay to step down and take a lesser role or get rid of him altogether while he still has a little bit of value. I think you flirt around with what can we get for Draymond, and you really just start to build around Steph. What Steph needs is, dynamic wings, defense. We need a big man that can do something. Like, I'd be fine with going and getting like a Karl Anthony Towns to play with Steph. I think that'd be a pretty good matchup. But I think now with new blood in that spot, it opens up the possibilities as far as what we can do. And I think we've seen kind of the players, not like every player, but obviously the big three, Klay, Dre, and Steph, like, we're super comfortable with Bob. And that's a good thing. But when it comes down to like, hey, we got to make some changes here, it could be a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping the new GM does bring in a fresh perspective. I'm hoping, if it is Lakeup or Dunleavy Jr., like, I hope it's not just like a nepotism and they're just going to do whatever like is marketable.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for someone outside that comes in and gives a fresh take on it and is willing to make moves, because it's felt like we're going to stick with these things that work and we're going to hopefully draft some good guys. And then Kerr is like, well, I'm not going to use the drafted guys.
Hey, no. I'm good.
Like, are we going to get someone who's not willing to waste like 5 bench spots?
Yeah.
And like Iguodala, I love you, but you got to retire because
just be a coach.
You're just wasting
such an easy transition.
You're wasting a roster spot for us that we could use in the playoffs. Use him as coach. I know Udonis Haslem is doing the same thing for Miami, but man, they look good. We need another spot. I think next year's our window. Next year is like the last part of this team's window to win a title, because with the new CBA, the year after we're fucked, like cap wise, with the Jordan Poole deal and Steph, and it's just like already we're so far over the second like umbrella of what we're supposed to not be over, unless we trade Jordan Poole this summer. Like,
I know big moves are gonna. Something has to happen. You cannot waste prime Steph years, and I think this year showed you like he can't do it with the team as is.
And we can't afford to pay Steph, to pay Jordan Poole, to pay Klay, and to pay Draymond. Like, we literally
Wiggins,
the rules
too.
And Wiggins, we literally, as the rules are getting put into place, we can't afford them. So we need to start shifting how we're doing things, and whether that's like Klay, you take like a really low pay. Draymond, we're gonna rework your thing. I think it's gonna be Steph as the highest paid, and then it has to be Wiggins. Because what other wing are we getting that comes at like such a great value? Like he does everything well, and so we need him on the team. And then Jordan Poole, if you're not the future of the team, then you got to kick rocks, guy. Like we just.
And I think you can get maximum value for Jordan Poole right now.
And you could turn his contract into 3 role players.
Yeah. Or even just like a solid almost star and 1 more role player. Like I think that's perfect.
And we got to get a backup center.
Need to. Like Looney is awesome, but he can't do everything by himself. And as soon as Looney steps off the court, the rebounding goes to shit.
Yeah. Especially with the aging Draymond. Like we just want to take the load off. And yeah, if we keep him, he could be a great passer, a great facilitator for Steph. And if we keep Klay, yeah, he's a great spot-up shooter. But it's not the same Warriors where, like, Klay's going to lock down their best player and he's going to score 30. Draymond's going to be lights out on defense and cover 1 through 5. And he's going to, like, get a double-double.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't even matter who the center is. Like, that, it's not like that anymore. We really need to focus on team building. Just filling out that roster and making it like to 9 to 10 deep.
Yeah, and I mean, it does hurt that you whiffed on the James Wiseman pick.
Yeah.
You're really hurting on that right now. You would have hoped it panned out. Obviously, it didn't. You pivoted pretty, when you needed to. But now it's time to retool, and you really got to build around Steph. You can't waste one of these years.
We'll see what happens.